Yeah, so we want to continue this conversation now with a psychology professor from Idaho State University.
Dr. Peter Vick joins us now. Thank you so much for coming in. You know, we're seeing more and more outrageous ways for people to get drunk or to get a buzz. What's going on with them psychologically that they're trying to get drunk like that?
I kind of started off by saying, I hope you don't ask me why they're doing
Why
this.
they're crazy.
Typically there's the interest in the excitement, the exploration, trying to do something new, thinking you're doing something on the edge, combined with an adolescent sense of invulnerability, that they're not going to be the one that runs into trouble. And so that can motivate people to do all sorts of unexpected and dangerous behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
So is this something that we typically see with youth, or is something that can be in, let's say, older adults?
Something like the enema alcohol use?
Well, something like, I would say, and I want to say non-traditional ways of using alcohol, but just taking it to the extreme like this.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in my clinical experience or my research studies. I haven't seen it in older adults. I haven't seen anything like this really in younger adults or teens either. But the teens are going to be more exploratory, more experimental, do probably wackier things like this.
If a parent finds out that their child is doing risky behaviors, they're going out and they're doing these kinds of things, whether it's binge drinking or the enema, those sorts of things, how do you even begin that discussion?
The way you want to, first of all, be aware, try and be aware of what's going on, so that you can know if your child is doing these sort of things. And the things that I try and encourage are that you the first thing you do is you communicate and you talk about alcohol, not just when you suspect it might be going on, but you make it a part of a regular conversation as your children are growing up. You also want to monitor what your kids do, and so you want to be on top of it, and you want to ask them when they're going out, where they're going, who they're going with. Just be aware of what activities they're doing, and then you want to control access to alcohol. So if you're not going to have it in the home, that's a good start. If you're going to have it in the home, you want to put it in, make it difficult for children to access. Locking it in cabinets can work as well. So you want to try and make it difficult for them to access it.
It becomes kind of tricky when we're dealing, like this is college students a lot of times that are doing that. How do you talk to your adult child about the fact that this is risky? It becomes a little more difficult.
Yeah, and the difficult thing about college, the typical trajectory is that what happens when they leave for college? They get out of the confines of the family home, and they're exploring. They're around other people who are other peers who are equally curious and exploring with them, and so you see a rapid increase in alcohol use at that point. Then over the course of college years, you start to see a tapering off as responsibilities increase. They get closer to graduating. They start to maybe get married, get jobs, start having kids, and you see a radical drop-off in it. So that's the typical trajectory. So we almost have to, colleges have to be ready just to anticipate that students are going to show up and be drinking when there's going to be escalations in the colleges.
And not in a responsible manner.
Yeah. So again, the colleges need to take steps to try and educate and make things aware for the students when they arrive on campus.
Very good. Dr. Peter Vick, thank you so much for joining us on it with a very difficult topic.
Right.
So.